Well, here we are. Fulham won, Tottenham won. Fulham win 5-3 on penalties, and only in the second round of the Carabao Cup, Tottenham Hotspur had been eliminated from the Carabao Cup, getting rid of one of their three chances to win a trophy this year. Now it's down to the Premier League and the FA Cup, and those aren't good shouts either. So it feels like Groundhog Day again. Tottenham Hotspur eliminated from another cup competition, playing a B-side squad and getting a B-side result. I don't really know where to start here. This is obviously the worst performance of the Postecoglou era so far. Football, very humbling game. I feel like a lot of people were very high on this team, especially within the Spurs fan base, and it was starting to, get the attention of other people throughout the league. And then you go out and do this, and all that is gone now. 3 good wins. Well, it wasn't 3 good wins because it was a draw. So 3 good games all get erased by one absolutely awful game where you're making 9 changes to the starting lineup in a cup competition where you're playing against a Premier League side that played pretty close to an A squad, which that's the first baffling thing to me. If you were playing like a Gillingham or a Salford City, like a 4th tier team, I get making 9 subs. You're playing a Premier League side that you're most likely going to be competing with for table position this upcoming season, and you're making 9 changes and putting out a B squad. It's absolutely unbelievable. I don't know if that was a decision coming from the higher ups. Who knows? I don't know if that was just Postecoglou trying to give players rest. I don't know. This was one of the dumber games ever. Tottenham just couldn't get absolutely anything going, which made things even worse. These players aren't good enough for the system, which shows our severe lack of depth. Half of these players shouldn't even be in this squad right now. They should just be gone, but here we are. Actual game moments. A Van de Ven own goal in the 19th minute gave Fulham a 1-0 lead. Then it kind of just... That was the only major, event of the half. Fraser Foster made a few good saves to keep Tottenham in the game, but it wasn't stunning amount. Then second half, a few subs are made. Well, actually, it was only 1 sub made. It was Dane Garlick coming on for Gio Lo Celso right after halftime, and it led to a Pierre-Emerick Højbjerg absolutely blown opportunity that should have been... I don't know. He's not for this system at all. I am ready for him to leave. I'm ready to not watch him. He was a good servant to this club, but he's not needed right now. He is not at the level that we need for him to be playing in this side in the first team. Then it was a Richarlison, his first goal of the season in the 56th minute. Then there were more subs made for both sides. It seemed like Tottenham were the team that was more chasing a second goal to get this done with and not go to penalties. But alas, we end up in penalties. Fraser Foster has an absolute disaster class of a penalty shootout. Doesn't even come close on any penalty. Which leads Fulham to the 5. Davinson Sanchez somehow gets to the 3 position of penalty takers, has it saved, and now here we are, and Tottenham are out of the Carabao Cup. Like I said, I don't know where to even start here. I guess I'll just start with penalties because that's quite important to the story of this game. Why Postecoglou let Sanchez go third, I have no idea. I get it. This is, with penalties, it's more of who is stepping up to take them than Postecoglou just saying, okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the people who are going. You know what? Big ups to Davinson Sanchez stepping up to take a penalty in the shootout. Obviously he missed, but I think more of the blame should be put on Fraser Foster here for not even coming close to a save on net to even keep this game in charge. If Fulham took 22 penalties in this game, they would have made all 22. That's how bad he was in this penalty shootout. I thought that was one of the changes I don't think that Postecoglou should have made. I don't get why Vicario wasn't in net today. That was just baffling to me. I get that you want to give him rest, but I mean, he's had 2 clean sheets in a row. You don't give up what's hot, even if it is a lesser competition. And, for a club that hasn't won a trophy in 15 years, you would probably be taking every competition a bit seriously, you would think, but I guess not. Yeah. There are a lot of players on this team that should have taken penalties before Sanchez. One of them being Pierre-Emerick Højbjerg, the Danish captain, not stepping up to take a penalty. That is absolutely despicable. James Maddison going fourth. I mean, it is what it is. He's a good penalty taker. I think it should be him and Kulusevski. Down to those two on who takes penalties now on for Tottenham since Harry Kane left. We haven't had a penalty yet. We really don't know who the penalty taker is. I would rather him go third and then Sanchez go fourth if that's how it was going to play out. That didn't happen. Yeah, this was just an absolute disaster class of a game, and I don't know. This was one of the more annoying games I've ever watched. It kind of felt like a waste of time watching it, especially when you got to penalties. You're just like, Tottenham are losing this game because that's just what they do. So yeah, that might as well take a look at some stats now. Tottenham had 60% possession, didn't really matter. Fulham had more shots total. They had 14 compared to Tottenham's 10. Both teams had 3 shots on target. Fulham had 11 shots in the box compared to Tottenham's 8. They had 3 outside the box compared to Tottenham's 2. Tottenham lose on expected goals again. Fulham had 1.24 expected goals, and Tottenham had 0.86. Tottenham once again win the passing game. They had 563 passes compared to Fulham's 369. Tottenham completed 82% of their passes, not that it truly mattered in the end. 462, which is 82%, compared to Fulham's 282, which was 76%. Tottenham, 13 fouls compared to Fulham's 12. 2 yellow cards for Tottenham compared to none for Fulham. And Tottenham had the more corners in the game with 6 compared to Fulham's 3. Tottenham, of course, mostly wins the stats game, but they don't win in the stat that only matters, which is goals, obviously. Like I said, I'm just kind of over this game already. Just absolutely baffling that you're making 9 changes in the second round of a Carabao Cup when you're playing another Premier League side. Whatever. Let's get to the player rankings. Like I said, we'll start up top like usual. Richarlison, best game of his season so far. He gets man of the match. He gets the only Tottenham goal of the game. I'm giving him a 7.8, mostly because of that goal. Perisic gets a 6.6. He wasn't outstanding today. He looked like a player that just was there, not really wanting to do much. Quite annoying. Solomon, I was hoping for a better performance from him. He ends up getting a 6.4 because, it was an okay performance. He didn't really do anything outstanding, but he didn't do anything terrible. This midfield was absolutely disgusting. I never want to see this midfield combination ever again. Giovanni Lo Celso gets a 5.9 because he just was that bad. He got subbed off at halftime. He was that bad. Højbjerg gets a 6.8. He was the best player in this midfield, but that's still not good. He didn't have a good game at all. I feel like he makes this, when they're on the attack, he makes this team slower, which is quite annoying when Postecoglou plays a fast, high-paced brand of football. Oliver Skip gets a 5.2. He was one of the worst players on this field today. This dude has fallen off so much. I really don't know what to do with him now. I don't know if you send him out on a loan with 3 days left in this transfer window. I don't think that's going to happen because we don't have the midfield depth, but we don't have the players to back up our good midfield of Bissouma, Sarr, and Madison. So I don't know. I don't know what Tottenham do here. We get to the defensive line. Davies gets a 6.9. It was an okay performance. It wasn't great, but I don't know. This whole team, just kind of a nightmarish combination of a team. Van de Ven gets a 6.1, mostly because of the own goal. He was doing a lot of the defending, though, because Davinson Sanchez just sometimes can't, fully get his man marked, and it's kind of annoying, but, here we are still with him in a starting lineup. He gets a 6.8. I don't really know why I had it that high. It probably should have been more around a 6.5, but alas, we are here. Emerson Royale, the only other player in the starting 11 to even move up into the 7s. He gets a 7.1 because I thought he had a decent performance today. He's a good player. It's just I think Pedro Porro's the better player in that position at this moment. I really like Emerson off the bench, though. Like, if we wanted to replace Porro in, like, the 60th or 70th minute, I think he's a good, I won't say super sub, but kind of in that territory. I like him there, and Fraser Foster gets a 6.8. Like I said, he made a few good saves in the 90 minutes, but that penalty shootout really dragged him down a lot, and that was quite annoying. Now looking at the substitutions, the only player to get into the 7s for my substitutions was Dane Scarlett. His first appearance this season, the U21 striker. He gets 7.1 just because I thought he had a good performance, a good season debut performance for this team. I'm not saying I want him in the starting lineup, but I would like to see a little bit more of him. It would have been nice if we would have had some more cup games, to play with him in them, but of course we don't, and our next cup game isn't until December, or January, I should say. So yeah, that's fun. Son gets a 6.8. Didn't really do a ton today when he was subbed on. He made his penalty. That's nice. Pape Matar Sarr gets a 6.4 because, once again, he didn't really do a ton to change this game. A lot of these players didn't do a ton to change this game. Kulusevski and Madison both get 6.6 because they were coming off the bench. I don't think they had enough time to really get into this game, Madison especially. I mean, he came on for Solomon in the 82nd minute, I think it was, and he just didn't have time to develop into the game, but he made his penalty. Same with Kulusevski. I think those two should be the future penalty takers for Tottenham, and that is that. And then finally, Ange Postecoglou, I'm giving him a 6 because some of these changes were atrocious. I don't get why we're making 9 changes to a squad when I don't know. I keep saying it, I don't know why. Why are you making 9 changes to a starting 11 when this is a competition that we're supposedly taking seriously, and then you put out this squad? I don't know. I really don't know with this squad. So that is the player ratings for this game against Fulham. I don't know. I felt like this was going to be Tottenham's best chance of winning a trophy this year would be the Carabao Cup, and it's already gone. So with that is going to be it for Top of the Perch today. Tottenham now travel to Turf Moor on Saturday to face off against Burnley. That is a 10 a.m. kickoff here in the Eastern Standard Time Zone in the USA. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff in Britain. Hopefully a better result than this. I really don't know. We're going to have our good midfield back. Hopefully half these players we don't see come Saturday, and if we do, it's in a sub situation. I don't want to see them in the starting lineup, though. So hopefully that works out better. I like I said, I really don't know much else to say here, so I'm going to wrap it up here. If you stumbled across Top of the Perch today, looking for Tottenham fans' reaction to this loss, you found it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You can like and subscribe to the channel. You can tell anybody you know about these videos and how, just baffling this decision was today, that this game was. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you probably back on Saturday or Sunday for the next Top of the Perch, recapping the Burnley-Tottenham game in the Premier League.